What's up everyone? Welcome to Touchstone Live Fitness. My name's Brynn. I've got another workout for you today. So I'm gonna run you guys through the warm-up, talk about the workout. You're gonna pause the video, kick the workout's butt, and then come back for the cool down at the end. So for that warm-up, we're gonna head right into that jog in place. All right, coming on down to the ground for some Spider-Mans. We're gonna go through 10 of them. Let's bring that right foot up to your right hand, right elbow to your right instep or your arch, twisting open, planting that hand back down, stepping the right foot back. Same thing on the left side. So that's 2, 3, going for 10 total. Last one. Nice. Stepping on up for butt kickers. Like jogging in place, but kick your butt. Nice, all right. Whew, we're gonna come on down to the ground for some crab kicks. So we're gonna plant our hands behind us. You choose which way your fingers point, whatever feels best to you. We're going to plant both feet to the ground. Lift your hips up off the ground by pressing into the mat or the floor. And then you're gonna extend one leg and then extend the other leg. Just warming up the triceps a bit here. A little bit in the quads. If you want a little bit more, you can raise opposite limbs. We're gonna go till we get 10 on each side, and I definitely lost count. So let's do a few more. All right, that feels like 20 total-ish. All right, come on up for high knees, like jogging in place, but this time instead of kicking behind us, I'm gonna drive those knees up nice and high. Nice, all right. We're gonna go into some Kang squats. Kang with a K. We're gonna set up our feet about shoulder width apart, just like if we were gonna do a regular body weight squat. But instead of that, we're going to hinge at our hips, send our hips back like we're gonna do a good morning or a deadlift, and then drop the hips down. Knees can slide forward before coming back up, sending the hips back, knees go back, and stand up out of it. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. All right. 30 jumping jacks. Good. We're gonna end our warm up with some reverse lunges. We're gonna go 10 each leg, so 20 total. We're just gonna step that leg back, pick a leg, Lightly graze your knee to the ground before you step back up to lunge to the other side. Nice. Going for 20 total. Just a few more. Last two. Nice. All right. Hopefully you're feeling pretty warm after that. So for the workout, you're gonna work through 10 rounds of 10 air squats, so just like body weight squat, 8 dumbbell deadlifts, 6 dips, and then 10 wall marches per leg. So for the air squat, similar to the king squat, but without all the hinging. So feet are about shoulder width apart, toes turn out to your comfort. Ideally, we want you to move through your full range of motion that's available to you, all while keeping form intact. So chest stays up, sending the hips down and back, keeping those heels on the ground the whole time. You might come all the way down here with hips past parallel. Awesome. Maybe your squat is more like here today, and then your heels start coming up. So if you feel your heels coming up or something else feeling funky, that's the bottom of your squat for today. Some days it might feel great, some days you might feel like you can only move 2 inches. Move with what's available to you. So, body weight squats, you're gonna move through 10 of those each round. Then you're gonna grab a set of dumbbells or something that you can pick up if you're working out at home with minimal equipment for dumbbell deadlift. We're gonna switch our foot stance to underneath our hips, so it's gonna feel a lot narrower than your squat, while holding your dumbbells or your weight or something, jugs of water, paint buckets, I don't know, twins that weigh the same weight, something. But you're gonna send the hips back while keeping shoulders locked down and back, not letting them round forward. So shoulders locked, sending the hips back so you can touch the dumbbell heads to the ground, and then you stand back up. Depending on the size of your dumbbells, it might feel better to go down to maybe what's mid-shin to you, but it should be back parallel to the floor. That's cool too, if you feel like you're really reaching for the floor with those dumbbell heads. So if you only have one dumbbell, that's fine too. You're gonna do it more of like an RDL style, send the hips back till your back is about parallel to the ground, and extend your hips to stand up. So 8 of those. Then you've got 6 dips. Maybe you have an awesome dip bar at home. Maybe you have rings if you want to do some ring dips. Adjust for your ability level. But most of us have a bench or a box or a cooler or something that we can do dips on. So get nice and cozy on your box. Harder with legs extended, or easier, a little bit less tension. Like tension? Sure, that's the right word. If you bring your feet in. So feet extended, dip all the way down to your your triceps are about parallel to the ground, so almost 90 degrees in your elbow before you press back up. If you want to take off a little bit, bring those feet in, and you can transfer more of the weight to your feet as you go through those dips. Then the last movement, a fun leg burner here, we're gonna go through 10 wall marches per leg. So you're coming down like you're gonna do a wall sit here, but we're going to pick up a foot, 2, 3, 4, all while pushing yourself into the wall so that you don't fall. I think it's a little easier when your feet are closer together versus out here and then you're like doing some really fun stuff. So 10 per leg, which means 20 total. Bracing through the core, pushing into that wall so you're not slipping away. This floor here is kind of slippery, so I can feel my feet sliding out. All right, 10 rounds of all of that. When you're done, come back for the cool down. All right, cool down time. I'm sure your legs are feeling amazing after that. So we're gonna stretch them. We're gonna start with a quad stretch. You guys can hold on to a wall if you want, or you can do it freestanding. But we're just gonna bring right foot up towards your glutes. Try to bring your knee down in line with your other knee. You can use one hand, both hands, but you should feel a nice stretch through this area. Nice, let's go ahead and switch legs. Same thing, heel towards your butt. Get that knee down in line with your other knee and try not to let it float away to the side. Try to bring it in nice and close to your other leg. Nice, and go ahead and let that go. We're just gonna fold forward here. You can choose rounded back or fold from the hips, whatever feels best to you, whatever feels like it needs a release. Come to a spot where you can just dangle your head. Maybe you want a little extra, you can step on your hands here and kind of lean into that. You can always grab the back of your heels or your ankles and pull your head in more. Or maybe you're at halfway and that's plenty of a stretch for you. That's cool too. All right, so let's slowly stand up here. I'm gonna come on down to a seat. Stretch out our triceps a little bit after all those dips. So right arm up and over, either grabbing it behind you with your left or assisting with your left on top instead of grabbing underneath. I'm trying to avoid the ribs from splaying out in this position, so tucking those ribs down. You might feel the stretch transfer a little bit. Nice, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. So left arm behind the head and either assisting with the right on top or grabbing behind. Nice, and go ahead and let that go. We're going to send our left leg back, keep that right knee bent, tucking that heel in, and go into pigeon. Maybe it feels good with your right heel tucked in and staying upright. If you're here, you might try bending over, collapsing over that leg. Or if you want a little bit of a different stretch in your hip, you can always bring that right heel further away from your hip and see how that feels. Whatever you get to, find a spot that you can sink into. Hang out for a little bit. And you can always adjust when you're in the pose too. If you feel like, okay, I was there for enough, I want to adjust, that's cool. Bring that heel in, push it out, find something new. So once you feel like you're in a spot that you can settle, let's reach the arms forward. And we're gonna walk them over to the right. The left hand on the bottom, right hand on top. A nice stretch. Transfer up into your left side body. And we'll walk the hands back to center and to the left. This time, right arm on bottom, left arm on top. Woo, feels so good. And walk the hands back to center. And we're gonna press up into a semi-plank here just so you can switch to pigeon on the other side. So same thing, find a good hip stretch, something that feels appropriate to you. get settled for a bit. Once you've landed somewhere that you feel like you can hang out for a little bit for our reaching, we're gonna reach our hands on out straight again. And this time, walk them over to the left first. Right hand on bottom, left hand on top. Breathing into that side body. Nice, and then walking the hands over to the right. Left hand on bottom, right hand on top. Nice, hands back to center. Let's go ahead and bring that right leg up with like you're sitting cross-legged, but we're quickly gonna transition to our back. Bring those knees in. Rock a little side to side. Press that lower back to the floor. It should probably feel pretty good. And let's do some knee circles with your palms on your knees. Go ahead and guide them into some little baby circles here. Giving that sacrum, lower back a massage. Nice, and then switch directions. Good, we're gonna keep the left knee in, let that right leg go out. With the left knee hugged in, we're just gonna guide it over to the right. Try to keep both shoulders on the ground here. And then turn your gaze to look out over the left for a nice twist. And then back to center. Bring the right knee in, left leg out, and then let it come over to the left, twisting the other direction. And then back to center. You can cross your ankles here, grab your feet, and rock and roll up to sitting. Do it a couple times if it feels good. Or maybe you just want to stand up. Either way, you're all done. Nice work. Hope to see you again soon.